ESPN on ABC.
The two best words in sports, Game 7. And Cleveland fans, they know a thing or two about those. Donovan Mitchell, he dropped 50 in Game 6, including the final 22 for Cleveland, but it wasn't enough. The Cavaliers, they have one more chance to get through Paolo Banchero and this young Magic team. Banchero has led this group all season and is doing it again in this series. He leads Orlando in points, in rebounds, assists, but can he lead them to the next round? Magic, Cavs, we're counting you down on ABC.
Game 7 in Cleveland.
Hostile environment where all the odds were stacked against us.
You'll take a special effort from everybody.
I think it's the best two words in sports.
I cannot lose, undefeated. Don't wish me luck, I don't need it.
I don't think anybody's scared of the moment.
Nobody's trying to go home. Lay it on the line. One opportunity.
I can't lose.
Let's be elite defensively.
They happen to be on our way.
Oh, wow. That is big time right there.
I can never, ever lose.
Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Chime.
We have the two best words in sports today, Game 7 and the best of the best. Here to break it all down, Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon. Kendrick Perkins will be beaming in from Houston in just a couple of minutes. Michael Wilbon, how many Game 7s have there been all time?
We just talked about this off camera, and I had a pretty good guess in terms of 150.
149.
I wonder how many I've seen in person. 149. Today is a
128 probably, right?
I'm going to say I've seen 40.
40? That's pretty good. I mean, these are the days, right, Stephen A? We love our jobs.
Irresistible, aren't they?
Everything is on the line. Two young teams battling it out. So let's get set. It's time is why we do what we do. It's time to get you to Cleveland. Mike Breen, take it away.
Malika, thank you, and welcome everyone. A Sunday afternoon in Ohio, the final game of the first round of these NBA playoffs. Busy sports day here. The Guardians playing the Angels. And right across the walkway, the only Game 7 of the first round. Cavaliers and Magic. The home team has won every game so far in this series. Donovan Mitchell threw up 50 points in Game 6. But the Cavs lost, and that's why we're here. Paolo Banchero's been superb in his first playoff series. Now he's looking for his first playoff road win. In the other matchup, the Pacers and Knicks will start tomorrow night in New York. The Celtics anxiously awaiting their first round opponent. And good afternoon, everyone. Along with J.J. Redick and Doris Burke, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters-Willis as well. Finally, we get a Game 7 in the first round. It's been an interesting series. The first 4 games blowouts. The last 2 games slugfest. Can't wait to see what we're going to get here this afternoon. Let's start with Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell tried his best not to have a Game 7. He threw up 50 points the other night, but it wasn't enough. What do they need from Mitchell here today, Doris?
Well, in his words, he said if it's not 50, maybe it's 60. I think it's more like 30 points and 10 assists. Listen, Mike, we know he can sustain an offense by himself if need be. Of those 50 points, he scored the final 22, including 18 in the fourth. And at his best, Mike, he's a downhill driver touching the paint. He made 18 field goals in the paint, 36 points. Not since Shaq was dominating have we seen somebody do that in the playoff game. But here's the fact of the matter. This is an Orlando team that thrives on the defensive end. They're long, they're strong. He's got to involve his teammates. They need more balance.
The Magic in this series, 3 games in Cleveland, 3 losses. But JJ, this is a young and fearless team led by a young and fearless star.
Well, the Orlando Magic's young trio of Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero responded in a big way in Game 6, facing elimination. But they are led by first-time All-Star Paolo Banchero. Mike, you used the word fearless. I'll add he is poised, he is confident, he is mature. The moment hasn't been too big for him. He uses his size, his strength to shoot over the top. For the series, he's at 38% from 3, and that's against a great defender in Evan Mobley. Plus, he has the downhill attack and strength to score through contact. It's going to be a lot of fun to see this young star in his first Game 7.
It's always fun to see how players react to a Game 7. With more on that, let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, the last time the Magic were in a Game 7, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner were 6 and 7 years old, respectively. They both have said that being on this stage today is like a dream come true because these are the moments they remember watching teams. And Wagner said he knows the sense of urgency will be at an all-time high, but he said he's also ready to just enjoy the moment. For the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell has played in a Game 7-1 when his Jazz team lost to the Denver Nuggets in the bubble by 2 points in the first round. Mitchell said to him, Game 7, the 2 best words in sports, that everything you've done for the previous 6 games goes out the window, and it will be all about who wants it more.
All right, Lisa, one team goes home after today. One team moves on to face the mighty Celtics. Game 7 in Cleveland coming up next.
NBA First Round is presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. This presentation of NBA First Round presented by ESPN Bet will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Jalen, you now get to move on to a Game 7 of the NBA playoffs. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, I think it's the best 2 words in sports.
This is the moment that you play for, why you do it.
It's just a do or die situation. Responded to every run they've made, every punch they've thrown.
All the stuff you've done for 6 games really goes out the window. It's all about, desperation, will.
Maybe we just running out of time. Metro!
Suggs will try. You get Banchero. Oh, yeah! This young team that has never faced elimination before. Mitchell with the answer. He's got to be the best player on the floor tonight. They are now going to a Game 7 in Cleveland.
Cleveland, let's do it. Let's go out there and we'll be ready.
Here we go. It's time for the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers, the NBA playoffs, presented by Google Pixel. The first round presented by ESPN Bet. A beautiful day in Cleveland. It's always a beautiful day for playoff basketball. And a sellout crowd at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. They are loud. They watched their team fall short in Game 6 in Orlando. They packed the place here this afternoon, hoping their team advances to the second round. Starting lineups, and good news for Orlando. Gary Harris, who missed Game 6 with a hamstring injury, he's back in there. Bad news, though, for the Cavs. Jared Allen's going to miss his 3rd straight game with the rib fracture. So Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs have to overcome without one of their key players. And there is just a fantastic atmosphere here. J.J. Redick, your team's played in 7 Game 7s while you were an active player. What's it like?
It's the sickest feeling in the world, Mike. In all seriousness, I'm watching these guys come out, sort of reliving the moments in my career playing in those Game 7s. There's no feeling like it. And in fact, I got a little bit of that juice just standing here courtside with you guys.
Sickest meaning best feeling.
And Doris, it's always fascinating to see young players who play in their first playoffs, and many of the Magic playing in their very first playoff series. It's even more fascinating when it's a Game 7 for the first time.
So I thought their youth showed most dramatically in the first 2 games on this floor. They comported themselves better in Game 5. I expect another increase in the level of play of the Orlando Magic. The growth for both teams has been evident in the course of the series.
And that young Magic team, they were down by 9 in the 3rd quarter of Game 6 and then dominated the 4th quarter to even up this series of 3 games apiece. Boy, this building is ready. The teams say they're ready, and here we go. The final game of the NBA's 2024 first round. And the winner goes on to play the Celtics in Boston. That will start on Tuesday. And just to add to the little extra drama, they have a little clock problem going on. It is an afternoon game, so everybody needs a little extra time to wake up. There's John Coble, the crew chief. Billy Kennedy and Kevin Scott are the other officials. Players now meander, and this makes it worse for the players. You're all hyped up. You got the starting lineups, the crowd on its feet. Just hang on a minute, guys. They're working feverishly Of course, the Cavaliers 3-0 here on their home floor in the series. Mobley wins the tip. And again, Mobley playing without